Okay, my mic is working. Um, it's been a while, and I have a good reason why I went for so long. It's just things upon things just piling up. Like I went for like a vacation for like 3 days, and then I got sick, and then I had exams, and then I just wasn't able to do the show for the now for like 2 weeks. But we're finally back. We have a lot of new topics. But anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Aero show. I'm your host Aero here for the show, and today, well, we have a lot of different topics that I want to cover today, ranging from a wide variety of different things. Like we had some pretty big news about JetBlue buying Spirit Airlines. We had uh, a lot of stuff related to climate change and inflation. We have some pretty big news related to the gaming community, and a lot of stuff has happened in the entertainment and category. And first, we want to talk about updates. So, yeah, a law has changed. I've decided that um, I've decided like to have this as my background, like just like it'll look cool or something. So, yeah, I think we should get started. We're already 17 minutes late, and yeah, this show's gonna be a long show. So we have a lot of stuff to catch up on, and yeah, we have lots of topics, and I think we should just get right into this. So yeah, we're gonna start off with politics, and yeah, our first story here is the Canadian government is issuing a mandatory buyback program for banned firearms like the AR-15. So the Canadian government has trying to crack down on the number of arms being distributed amongst the population in Canada, and they have now introduced a new buyback system where they will purchase, like technically they will purchase your weapons, but in reality they're just taking it and giving you some money for it in return. You can also report people for this, and we're gonna get into this. So yeah, article is by CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Service. I will have this in the link down below. Why is this not zoomed in? Did I not set this up like properly? Where is it? Appearance, 150%. Oh wait, I think you're in. Okay, no, whatever. So yeah, our first story is the Ottawa state offers 1,337 apiece for AR-15 rifles under mandatory buyback program. Around 1,500 models of assault-style firearms are covered under the ban. The federal government is proposing a 1,337 dollar is proposing $1,337 in compensation for turning in an AR-15 rifle under a mandatory buyback program. The Public Safety Canada has released a price list detailing how much money owners of banned firearms can expect to get under the program. At the higher end of the scale, forfeiting a Swiss Arms SG550 could net an owner 6 grand. I actually haven't seen this weapon before, so yeah, I think that will be worth about 6 grand. I don't know. Oh, but yeah, anyway, Ottawa will seek input from the gun owners, businesses, and industry on the proposed compensation amounts from now until August of 28th, which is almost a month from now. The mandatory buyback program would cover more than 1,500 models and variants of what the government considers assault-style firearms banned 2 years ago. They were banned 2 years ago. All right. So in like the beginning of 2020, I think they got banned. While the idea has been praised by gun control advocates, some others, including conservative MPs, have suggested it targets legitimate gun owners rather than criminals. It will be mandatory for owners to take part in the buyback program and to have their designated firearms rendered inoperable at the government's expense or to otherwise dispose of them lawfully. The government says the proposed price list for individual firearms owners was set to reflect what Canadians have paid for an assault-style firearm prior to May 2020. So yeah, May 2020 they have been banned. So 2 years and 2 months ago, and I don't think there have been any kind of firearm-related incidents, at least that I have seen, that have been trending online. It just goes to show that banning any kind of firearms. I mean, obviously, there's a pretty standard take. Banning firearms will result in obviously less crimes related to firearm, and I think some countries need to follow with that. So yeah, the Minister of Ottawa says price amounts of fair compensation. Today's proposed list. Uh, Today's proposed price list represents another step towards getting these dangerous firearms out of Canadian communities while ensuring current owners are compensated fairly, said Public Safety Minister Marco Medicino. So yeah, obviously they have to be compensated fairly, because if you're taking firearms from people, and like whether it is technically for the betterment of society, you still have to compensate for that, because the guns are actually worth money and people did pay money to buy them. So yeah, a separate compensation model for businesses that participate in the buyback program is being developed. Conservatives say that the buyback program fails to address the flow of illegal firearms into Canada, which they argue is the root of the country's gun violence problems. So there are gun violence problems in Canada, which obviously every country, especially the size of Canada, will have gun violence problems, but not nearly to the extent of it being like a majorly talked topic, especially online. Like most of it is just focused on the United States and maybe a little bit of United Kingdom, but it's just mostly of the United States. Not much of Canada has been in related to gun violence. So yeah, what the buyback program fails to address is the flow of illegal firearms. But I think the Canadian government will do something in the future, or I hope they do something in the future to address the flow of illegal firearms. Since there's a lot of stuff moving from the United States to the Canada through the borders, essentially people could illegally order, ban firearms, and the government and of not only the government of the United States but the government of Canada, both governments have to work together to reduce the flow of illegal firearms into the country. And I believe that that is the root, that is the root cause of country's gun violence problems. I mean, maybe not the root cause. Obviously, there are many different factors that lead in gun violence, like mental health, poverty, and there are a lot of different things. But I think the biggest cause of gun violence is the ability to even acquire a gun that is so powerful. Which I am glad that the Canadian government is trying to crack down onto it. So yeah, Justin Trudeau, the president of Canada, is introducing a firearm buyback program that punishes lawful firearm owners. The fact is, hobbyists, collectors, sports shooters, and hunters are not the ones to blame for the rise in gun crime in Canada. This is true. Hobbyists, collectors, sports shooters, and hunters, they are pretty much in every country. Even I do love guns, but I don't really own one, but I do love guns. I do hope to collect some kind of cool looking guns, and I don't think any Indian law will be introduced that will crack down on that. But yeah, this law will affect everyone, and not everyone who owns a gun is technically a threat to society. Obviously, it's a very, very small amount, but the problem is that amount is still there. And the only way you can get rid of, guns in, problematic people's hands is by cracking down and lowering the amount of guns and firearms distributed in society. And this is, the most, efficient way you could say it is by removing assault rifles. Because the fact is, like regardless of whether you're a hobbyist or a collector or a sports shooter, or maybe you don't seem like a threat to society, but the problem here is trust. You cannot trust that that person is not going to turn, I mean, I don't have a better word for this, but they're not going to turn evil. And that trust has to be there, and that trust you can obviously build up in some ways by doing regular background checks. That is the main way, and I think all countries have to do that. So yeah, said MPs Raquel Dancho and Pierre Perloz in a media statement. And amnesty is placed until October 30th, 2023 to protect lawful owners of the now prohibited firearms from criminal liability while they take steps to comply with the law. So an amnesty is put until 2023. People who still own these banned firearms will be protected from criminal charges, which is also a good. Oh, like technically, it is a good thing because a good thing for hobbyists, for collectors, for sports shooters, and for hunters. But uh, this also has to be maintained and only executed to the point where it doesn't involve people who could be problematic, and it should only involve people who are not. Like what I'm trying to say is, until October 30th, 2023, the people who have firearms and should be protected against any form of criminal liability or criminal charges should be those people should only be like non-problematic people who are okay to have a firearm. So yeah, that's what I meant. The compensation models and other program details will be finalized in the coming months, and all known firearm owners will be contacted about how they can participate in the buyback program. Usually it'll be by mail, maybe it'll be over the phone, and uh, they might get by records. And yeah, the Liberals also tabled a firearm control bill in May that will put a national freeze on importing, buying, selling, or otherwise transferring handguns. And yeah, that's it. As for my thoughts, I think this will help in lowering the amount of gun violence in Canada. I personally believe that it is fairly low compared to all of the other stuff that we have seen in, especially online and spread it by news. So yeah, I don't think in Canada is like a huge effect of gun violence, but it still is a big country, and having their civilians access to fucking assault rifles is not necessarily a good idea. And I'm glad the Canadian government has realized this and taken steps to for against it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. If you want to read this article, it'll be down in the descriptions, and you can share it with anyone. So yeah, that's the end. Now on to our second topic. The United Kingdom High Court has ruled against Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro's effects in trying to gain control over $1 billion worth of Venezuelan-owned gold stored in the Bank of England's vault. So there has been a court case going on where Venezuela's now president Nicolas Maduro is trying to get access and control over $1 billion worth of Venezuelan owned gold that is stored in the vaults, the underground vaults of the Bank of England. And he was ruled against, and yeah, the story continues. So yeah, this article is by Reuters. It'll once again be down in the description and below. I just forgot that we could zoom in, and that broke stuff, did it? Okay, no, it didn't. Okay, London's High Court has rejected President Nicolas Maduro's latest efforts to gain control of more than $1 billion worth of Venezuela gold reserves stored in the Bank of England's underground vaults in London. The court ruled on Friday that previous decisions by the Maduro-backed Venezuelan Supreme Court aimed at reducing opposition leader Juan Guaido's say over the gold should be disregarded. It marked the latest victory for Guaido, who won a series of legal clashes over the billion after the British government recognized him rather than Maduro as the South American country's president. Um, The judge said, I have concluded in the Guaido board succeeds that the STG Venezuelan Supreme Court judgments are not capable of being recognized. The Maduro and Guaido camps have each appointed a different board to the Central Bank of Venezuela, and the two have issued conflicting instructions concerning the gold reserves. Lawyers for the Maduro-backed BCV said that the central banks were considering an appeal after Friday's ruling, while Guaido, who has sent some international support, falter over the last 18 months, called it an important victory. The Maduro-backed BCV board said in a statement that it rejects the court's ruling and reserved all legal action that at its disposal to appeal this unusual and disastrous decision. Shortly after, the Vice President and Finance Minister Delcy Rodriguez said on state television that damage caused to our people is serious and the court has to rectify. Maduro's legal team said he would like to sell some of these 31 tons of gold to finance Venezuela's response to the pandemic and bolster a health system gutted by years of economic crisis. This is referring to the massive amounts of inflation that was going on in Venezuela in the last few years. So yeah, Guaido's opposition has alleged that Maduro's cash-strapped administration wants to use the money to pay off his foreign allies, which his lawyers deny. This decision represents another step in the process of protecting Venezuela's international gold reserves and preserving them for the Venezuelan people. This type of honest and transparent digital process Okay, I'm back. So what I was saying was the British got where the fuck was I? This type of honest and transparent digital process does not exist in Venezuela. Oh yeah, that's where we were. I didn't finish. So yeah, the British government in early 2019 joined dozens of nations in backing Guaido after he declared an interim presidency and denounced Maduro for rigging 2018 elections. Guaido at that time asked at the Bank of England to prevent Maduro's government from accessing the gold. Maduro's central bank then sued the Bank of England to recover control, saying that it was depriving the BCV of funds needed to finance Venezuela's COVID-19 response. Legal experts have said that the latest case has been unprecedented as it has seen one of the country's highest court interpreting the constitution of another. This is an unfortunate ruling, said Cyrus Zalwala and Zalwala & Co., which represented the Maduro-backed central bank, adding it would continue to pursue the case despite Friday's decision. The BCV remains concerned that the cumulative effect of the judgments of the English court appears to accord a simple statement by the United Kingdom government recognizing as a head of state a person with no effective control or power over any part of that state. So yeah, really interesting. Guaido sued the Bank of England to recover control. That was interesting. So yeah, this story is pretty wild, and yeah, if you want to read it, it'll be in the description down below. And yeah, we're gonna move on to our next story. The Handover city of in Germany turns off the hot water supply to survive Putin's gas cuts. So yeah, President Putin has been cracking down on gas supply to the EU, which is expected to cause a huge huge winter crisis in the coming months, and a lot of governments and countries are starting to get involved and trying to find alternate fuels, alternate sources of energy and heat, and also trying to conserve as much heat as possible. And one of those players is Hannover city in Germany. So yeah, this article is by CNBC, and I will have it in the description down below. Okay, yeah. So, the German city of Hanover has cut off hot water supply in public buildings, swimming pools, sports halls, and gyms as Russian cuts to gas supplies fuel fears of a winter energy crisis. The city will also switch off public fountains and stop lighting up large buildings at night, as the city aims to reduce its energy consumption by 15%, according to a tweet from Hanover Mayor Belit Onoy. The Germany city of Hanover has cut off hot water in public buildings, swimming pools, sports hall. We just read that. This is a reaction to an impending gas shortage. What the hell? Uh, this is a reaction to the impending gas shortage, which poses a major challenge for the municipalities, especially for a large city like Hanover. The city will also reduce the times when heating is on in municipal buildings between October and March, excluding daycare centers, convert all lamps to LED, ban mobile air conditioners, fan heaters or radiators, and install motion detectors in place of permanent lighting in public toilets, bicycle sheds, corridors, and parking lots. Russian gas giant Gazprom announced on Monday that it was halting another turbine in the Nord Stream 1 pipeline to Germany for maintenance purposes. This further cut meant gas flows, which are already operating at just 40% of capacity, fell to just 20%, prompting a deficiency in Europe. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck called the maintenance justification a farce, and EU leaders have accused the Kremlin of using state-owned Gazprom as a weapon in retaliation for Western sanctions over Russia's war in Ukraine. Cities around Germany, which are heavily reliant on Russian gas, have introduced similar measures, including Munich, Leipzig, Cologne, and Nuremberg. Nuremberg has closed 3 of its 4 public indoor swimming pools, while outdoor Lidos will remain open until September of 25th. So yeah, I definitely do think that this is a response to Western sanctions. I don't think Western sanctions over Russia, and I don't think this might actually be related to maintenance, but we just don't know. However, I don't think it is justifiable to drop um where is it to drop gas supply from already 40% of what it used to be to just 20%. That is going to be a little bit tough for the European countries to deal with, but I'm sure that you know stuff like this, like converting all lamps to LED, I think that will save a lot. Ban mobile air conditioners, installing permanent motion detectors, which will turn off the lights when it detects no motion and turn on the lights, inherently saving energy as much as possible. I don't think the city can do much here. I think the people of the EU really need to start conserving energy, because they are aiming for 15%, which is a lot. Mind you, it's a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't mean to click on the tweet. So yeah, step by step, hopefully the people in the EU will start conserving as much energy as possible, not just to help, not just for themselves, but for everyone else in the EU, as they're going through so much, and a fuel crisis should really not be on the target list. Anyway, our next topic. One second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? It's raining really heavily outside. Went to go check. Okay, stuff is working. All right. Where were we? We finished the Hanover thing, and now we are on to where were we? Oh yeah. New research shows that the UK's extreme heat wave could not would have been virtually impossible without climate change. So yeah, the United Kingdom, especially like areas like London, hit a record-breaking high temperature of around 40 degrees, the highest it's been in like decades. And most of the stories is about how to cool yourself down, and there's a lot of heat related injuries. There's basically a massive heat wave going across the EU, and now study shows that this is virtually impossible without climate change. Now climate change we have all talked about on the channel. We have discussed on how to combat climate change with use of renewable fuel sources, like boycotting, I think is the word, boycotting, anything that produces greenhouse gases, and just trying and conserving as much energy as possible. Because one man can't do this, the government can't do this. If everyone does it, it will make a huge difference for everyone in the EU. Not just for everyone in the EU, but for everyone in the entire world. I mean, here it's raining at 20 degrees, but uh, uh, what's the probability that it'll stay like this in the coming years? Maybe we in India also might I deal with any heat wave, and let me tell you, if it's bad for you, it'll be like four or five times worse at least. Okay, so that's just about climate change. All right. Let's get into this article. This article is by The Verge, and I will have it in the description down below. All right. Climate change made the record-smashing heat wave in the UK in the last week at least 10 times more likely, new research has found. The analysis was published yesterday by the World Weather Attribute Initiative, a collaboration of scientists from universities and research institutes around the globe. In a climate unaffected by human-induced climate change, it will be virtually impossible for temperatures in the UK to reach 40 degrees Celsius, but climate change is already making UK heat waves more frequent, intense, and long-lasting. Said McCartney, science manager, Mark McCarthy, science manager of the National Climate Information Center, said at a Met Office press release. The Met Office declared for the first time a red heat warning for exceptional heat in parts of England for July 18th and July 19th. This article's a bit old. No, July 20. It was published 12 hours ago. Okay. Maybe it's just mentioning this for context. And as Health Security Agency issued its highest alert for red health, saying illness and death may occur among the fit and healthy, and not just in higher risk groups. Yeah, due to heat waves, obviously we aren't prepared for this. Our bodies are not, like trained or meant to deal with high levels of heat. So illnesses and especially death can occur among all types of people, not just like high risk groups, which I think means like children or old age or like ill or I don't know. So temperatures reached a scorching 40.3 degrees Celsius on July 19th in Coningsby, Lincolnshire, about 225 kilometers or 140 miles north of London, setting a new record. The UK's previous temperature record was 38.7 degrees, which was set in 2019, and that was either met or broken at least 46 weather stations throughout the UK that week. The heat wave was devastating for communities accustomed to much milder temperatures. Last week's oppressive heat mangled infrastructure, buckling train tracks, roads, and an airport runway. So buckling meaning like, did it cause damage to them? I actually don't know about that one. The fire service in London responded to more fires in a day than it had since World War II, as hot, dry conditions set the stage for blazes. Yeah, hot and dry conditions obviously result in stuff heating up, which can, especially if it is something related to electricity, has a much higher chance of melting, and if two wires touch, it can cause a short circuit and fires. Where were we? Authorities are still taking stock of heat-related deaths, but one early analysis claims that 948 people may have died as a result of the heat in England and Wales from July 17th to July 19th. Now, based on like the health index in the United Kingdom, I don't think it is 948 people like died directly as a result. It might be indirectly, like due to the heat. They might be suffering some other kind of disease, or may have caused another disease to spread in the person, which resulted in their death. I don't think it is directly like 948 is like a little bit too high in a country of around 40 million people to die in under a week. I don't know. I might actually be completely wrong and underestimating how much heat like an average British person can take, but whatever. Temperatures reaching 40 degrees Celsius in the United Kingdom, which have been extremely unlikely, set by the World Weather Attribution Initiative. Without human-caused climate change, normally London's average high temperatures are 23 degrees Celsius or 74 degrees Fahrenheit this time of the year, which is summer, by the way. Even with global warming, last week's ridiculous temperatures are an outlier for those regions under red alert. They are only likely to occur once every 1,000 years, according to the researchers. That figure can vary from local to local, but it still shows how extreme that heat was. To conduct their analysis, the scientists looked at both historical observations and climate models, focusing on the regions under the red heat warning. Both methods came to the same conclusion: the climate crisis in the United Kingdom's extreme heat wave at least 10 times more likely due to climate change. They did notice, however, that the effects of climate change looked more severe in the real-world data than the climate models. The researchers' observational data analysis found that last week's heat wave would have been 4 degrees Celsius cooler in the pre-industrial times without the greenhouse gas emissions giving the planet a fever. Climate models, in contrast, found that the temperatures would have been at least 2 degrees Celsius lower without global warming. That raises the question of whether the future could be even more disastrously hot than we are already anticipating. So yeah, this shit is real, and I think the main deal of why this is such a big problem in the in the United Kingdom is the severe lack of air conditioning. I mean, UK is, far up in the north. It gets really cold, like down into the minus. So most times of the year it'll be around the 0 to 20 degrees, but especially in the summer, when it becomes hot, and due to climate change, it becomes hotter and hotter to the point where it's unbearable and people are dying. So for a country like that, air conditioning was never a priority for anyone. I would argue, like, if you go to if you pick 100 random British homes, 99 out of the 100 ones will not have air conditioning. Those houses are built and they are insulated to to keep the cold outside of their house, because it gets really cold and rainy and all of that. They're not really built, and it's not just houses. It's the general public. It is obviously the people. They are not built for heat waves like this. That's why they're dying. You don't see heat related deaths in hot countries like African countries, or the UAE, or uh, any like Arabian country, because those places have people who can actually cope or bear with the heat, not people in the United Kingdom. So yeah, climate change is real, and let's try and do something to prevent and prevent it. I'm not saying, go out of your way to make your life miserable. No, don't do that. Just slowly try and conserve some energy, because it's just gonna get worse and worse. So yeah, article by the words, I will have it in the description down below. And that is it for the world news. Now we are on the business news, and I think this is one of the big topics of the day. This happened actually a couple of days ago, and I did cover it on the Aero commentary subreddit and and on Twitter. So make sure to follow me at Aero commentary. Right there it is, and that's thunder. You haven't heard that before. That's Indian thunder. I don't even think you can hear it. I have the gain set very low in order to, for it to not pick up fan noise and keyboard noise and all of that. So yeah, our first topic: JetBlue bought Spirit Airlines for $3.8 billion. So Spirit Airlines, it's kind of like, flying under the radar. Haha, funny pun, and whatever. It's not a very well-known brand, but it's pretty big. And recently, like just a couple of weeks ago, they tried to merge with Frontier Airlines and failed, and now they have agreed to merge with JetBlue for $3.8 billion. So yeah, this article is by Business Standard, and it'll be in the description down below. Okay, it's 11:55. We'll quickly just finish this off. Spirit Airlines agrees to be bought by JetBlue in $3.8 billion deal. The agreement on Thursday comes a day after Spirit's attempt to merge with Frontier Airlines fell apart. JetBlue has agreed to buy Spirit Airlines for $3.8 billion in a deal that will create the nation's fifth largest airline if approved by U.S. regulators. This agreement on Thursday comes a day after Spirit's attempt to merge with Frontier Airlines. A day, okay, maybe not weeks, a day after Spirit's attempt to merge with Frontier Airlines fell apart. Spirit has recommended its shareholders approve a lower offer from the Frontier, saying that the antitrust regulators are just most likely to reject the bid from JetBlue. JetBlue said on Thursday that it would pay $33.50 per share in cash for Spirit, including a prepayment of $2.50 per share in cash, payable once Spirit stockholders approve the transaction. There is also a ticking fee of 10 cents per month starting in January of 2023 through closing. The combined airline would have a fleet of 458 aircrafts. The airlines will continue to operate independently until after the transaction closes. So yeah, pretty big story. Lots of people were talking about it. It's pretty short story. I mean, JetBlue just buys another airline for $3.8 billion, and they're selling their shares and whatever. So yeah, a pretty big, kind of big business news. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about today. I don't really have anything to say. I mean, it's a U.S. Spirit airline. What's it gonna do to affect me? So, yeah. It's 11:56 and already I'm tired. But anyway, we're not even close to done. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 more. All right. I was thinking like I'll do like 5 news stories for every topic, and like some of them have 2, some of them have 1, like 2 have 5 in them, and still there's so many. And we just covered how many stories have we covered in this hour? Where the fuck is my cursor? All right, we covered what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 20 stories today, which is a little bit lower, but not much has gone on. I mean, stuff did happen this week, but it happened at the start of the week, and I don't want to bore y'all with stuff that happened a week ago, which in the internet's time is like 6 years ago. So yeah, whew. Where is my cursor? Okay, there it is. I'm actually becoming legally blind. Okay, anyway. So what if I do it like have it in like window mode like that? Maybe I'll do some of these stories in window mode. Yeah, because I've configured it so that the chat will show up here, and then maybe I can have like subs here when I start gaining them. So all right, let's move on to our another topic. This time in the finance slash economy category, Apple receives their new highest record of revenue of $83 billion in Q3 of 2022, despite high inflation. $83 billion, jeez, and that's with inflation. So these people are making bank in just like 3 months. So, yeah, April to June, 83 billion. I mean, obviously, you would expect from a big company like Apple to make some bank, but that's pretty surprising that they made that much in 3 months. So yeah, Apple released its Q3 earnings, which is April to June. Yeah, January, February, March is Q1, on April, May, June is Q3. Okay. Here, Apple released its Q3 earnings on Thursday, beating analyst expectations with record revenue of 83 billion US dollars despite fears of rising inflation. Here are some of the most important numbers from the report and how they compare to Wall Street's expectations as combined by Bloomberg. Revenue $83 billion versus $82.7 billion expected. That's not that close, but it's pretty close. Earnings per share are $1.20 per share versus $1.16 what they expected. iPhone revenue $40.7 billion versus $38.9 billion expected. iPad revenue 7.22 billion. Okay, versus 6.9 billion expected. Nice. 7.4 billion. What's the deal with billion? Okay, $7.4 billion. The Mac $7.4 billion versus 8.4 billion expected. The variables, which is Apple Watch $8.1 billion versus $8.8 billion. So I think variables didn't take off as much as they expected, which kind of makes sense. Like in terms of like how Apple marketing, like what they what they showed off a lot in their WWDC events. Services revenue 19.6 billion versus 19.7, also a little bit less. These two are technically like flying under the radar. So yeah, anyway, um Apple stock was up more than 3% after the report. Our June quarter results continue to demonstrate our ability to manage our business effectively despite the challenging operating environment. We set a June quarter revenue record, and our installed base of active devices reached an all-time high on every geographic segment and product category, Apple CFO Luca Maestri said in a statement. So yeah, it's pretty flattening, which is kind of expected for a high-tier company like Apple. So yeah, anyway, despite the record revenue, Apple reported net income fell 10.5% year over year. Apple is contending with a number of problems, including rising inflation hitting consumers and COVID lockdowns in China hitting sales and production in the country. The company's market cap has also suffered amid the larger drop-off in tech, falling below $3 trillion market cap compared to $2.5 trillion. But according to Morgan Stanley, this is all short-term trouble for the iPhone maker. In a note, Eric W. Woodring indicates that Apple services business could help push the tech titan's market cap over the $3 trillion market again. So Apple service business, which is subscription-based services like Apple Arcade, Apple News, iTunes, whatever else they might have. What else do they have? Like I swear that's all they have. They have they have Apple TV Plus. Let's just look it up. Oh yeah, iCloud. I forgot about iCloud. Apple Fitness Plus. Okay, so we remember like 4 of the 7 ones. So they do have a lot of services, which is in my opinion a great way to earn money. Subscription based services. That is gonna generate some bank. I'm telling you, that is gonna generate a lot of bank. Like instead of one-time charges or a not proprietary, perpetual license, selling subscriptions or like pro tiers or like higher tiers of services as a subscription does earn a lot more money. And lots of companies are going to start following through this. I mean, Netflix runs like that, Amazon runs like that, and lots of other companies, like especially Google, are going to start starting through. I mean, they've already started with like Google One, and for their Google Drive. No, it's not called Google One, it's called G Suite. So yeah, subscription-based services, it's gonna help Apple a lot. Not just Apple, any company who's gonna start shifting to subscriptions. I mean, lots of people don't like it, but it is a really good way to make money. I'm telling you, and lots of people are gonna start doing it. So get prepared. So yeah, services revenue was especially strong in Q3, jumping from 17.5 billion last year to 19.6 billion dollars. Apple is widely expected to launch its iPhone 14 line along with its Apple Watch Series 8 later this fall, which is the usual time that they launch. And while that might won't have much impact on the company's Q4 earnings since the products are announced in a few weeks before the quarter ends, it should boost its Q1 2023 performance. Apple is also said to be preparing to enter the AR VR space with its own headset that will likely launch next time in summertime. No, which that will likely launch sometime in 2023. That I'm not so sure about. I don't think Apple would indulge in a VR headset. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. So yeah, that could serve as the next major product for the company and open up broader opportunities for service and content sales. And that's it. As for my thoughts, I mean, obviously we do expect Apple to be making some bank, but yeah, iPad revenue. I didn't expect iPad revenue to be higher than 6.9 billion. Partly because I have the amount of hype for the iPad has died down. We had the 2018, the 2019, 2020 iPads. Like they did get a lot of coverage and a lot of attention from the media, but now iPad has kind of died down. Not many people are buying it. Not many people are reviewing it. Obviously, iPhone will still say the same because so many people do use an iPhone, and wearables also no, services also not so much, but people will buy them. People will buy an Apple Watch. People will buy an Apple, a subscription into Apple TV. I'm just saying in terms of marketing, in terms of like how much attention these gets. I think these three, services, wearables, and whereas it iPad, they haven't really been promoted as much as the Mac and especially the iPhone. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on this entire thing. Once again, article by Yahoo Finance will be down in the description for you to read and share. And okay, it is 12 in the morning, and I'm already getting tired. But oh, we're not done, are we? Okay, I'm back. Just had to take a quick breather for a second. I can't. Okay, there we go. I really need to get like a white cursor, but I love the black cursor. Like it looks so good. But anyway, cursors aside, onto our second topic in the finance and slash economy section. Europe's economy is surprisingly grew last quarter, decreasing the fear of significant decline or recession. And so, yeah, obviously the inflation in the EU has been, affected the countries a lot, and now it seems to be going up somehow, which is kind of surprising because all this stuff happens so quickly. You might expect it to take a while to become normal again, but no, it's just bouncing right back up. So yeah, Europe's economy surprisingly grew last quarter, easing recession fears for now. Article by CNN Business, it'll be down in the description. Europe's economy grew unexpectedly in the second quarter of this year, allaying concerns for now. That the continent may have slid into a recession. I don't think it's necessarily slid into the recession in the first place, but yeah, it was pretty dire at some times. So yeah, the European Union's economy grew at a seasonally adjusted 4% last quarter when compared to the same quarter just a second ago, and 0.6% compared to the first quarter. According to a preliminary estimate published Friday by the EU Statistics Office, the 19 countries that use the euro as their currency, which accounts for nearly a fifth of the world's economic output, grew a bit faster at 4% and 0.0% respectively. But Germany, the region's biggest economy, stagnated in the second quarter, official data showed on Friday. Inflation continued to push higher. Consumer prices in the EU area hit 8.9% in July, up slightly from the previous month, according to Eurostat's preliminary data. The news comes a day after the United States reports that Earth's economy contracted for the second straight quarter, fueling recession fears. For months, soaring global energy and food prices have squeezed European consumers and businesses. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in late February and the sanctions that followed have only worsened the situation, creating shortages of key commodities. I've always told you guys, everything comes back to this so many times. It's been like, oh, it was caused by this, it was caused by this. I'm not trying to debate that. I'm just showing how interconnected all of this stuff is. So yeah, last week the European Central Bank raised its main interest rate by half a percentage point, its first increase in 11 years, in a bid to cap spiraling prices. But it still fears an uphill battle to get the situation under control. Despite Friday's data, a recession in Europe is still very much on the cards, as it faces the prospect of a full-blown energy crisis this winter. The central bank lags peers that the Federal Reserve, which started hiking 2 months ago. Interest rates in Europe have been negative since 2014, which means it's further behind. And if a shortage of energy tips the region into recession, the central bank could be forced to abruptly stop hiking rates, hampering its ability to keep fighting inflation. Should a recession arrive, inflation could ease without requiring much further intervention from the central bank, but economists are hardly rooting for that outcome, which will also usher a wave of job losses. Yeah, inflation will cause job losses is at some point or another, because how will a business continue to operate without being able to pay its employees? So I don't think there'll be a huge wave of job losses. I think there will be a wave of layoffs, and I don't know, we'll see what the future has for us. So yeah, a survey of European fund managers by the Bank of America published last week found that 86% of respondents expect a recession over the next year, up from 54% in June. Energy crunch. The chances of a recession in Europe ratcheted up earlier this week when Russia, historically its single biggest supplier of energy, cut natural gas deliveries to a key pipeline. Once again, always interconnected. We just discussed this. The continent has grappled with supply shortages for months, and amid an escalating economic conflict between Moscow and Brussels over the war in Ukraine. The result has been rocketing energy prices that have fueled inflation, and last week almost bankrupt Germany's biggest gas importer. Yeah, last month, Gazprom, Russia's state-run energy company, slashed through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline by two-thirds. Nord Stream 1 accounted for about 35% of Europe's total gas imports last year. That that report said 40%, now 35. The company cut deliveries again to just 20% of the pipeline's capacity last week, citing maintenance work. Overall, the flow of Russian gas to Europe is less than one-third than what it was this time last year, the EU Commission said last week. It is therefore racing to find alternate gas sources, increasing output from Norway and snapping up stocks of liquefied natural gas. Europe has already managed to whittle down Russia's state of its gas supply from 40% last year to just 20% in June, according to economics think tank Bruegel, not Bugle. But if Moscow were to cut its exports to the bloc entirely, as it has done to several EU countries in recent months, many economies would tip into a recession. Anticipating the worst, the EU Commission unveiled its emergency plan last week. It conserve gas for the next winter. The International Monetary Fund said that a complete shutoff of Russia's gas could shrink GDP in Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic, countries particularly reliant on Moscow's exports, by as much as 6%. Germany, the bloc's biggest economy, could lose to upwards of 220 billion pounds, or around 225 billion US dollars, over the next 2 years in such an event, according to its top forecasters. So yeah, this shit is very, very, very real, and inflation did, in fact, affect a lot of the EU. Not only just high living costs, but since it's summertime and tourists are going all the way to the Europe for, I don't know, Europe things. They are pretty high prices, and yeah, it's surprising that it's gone down, but for now, at least, it seems like it's going to stabilize. But I really don't think it's going to stabilize anytime soon. At least until the end of this, Russia versus Ukraine war, which still people don't know what is going to happen. Maybe tables are going to turn. Maybe one side is going to come out ahead, but we still don't know. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on this. And once again, article by CNN Business. It'll be in the description down below. So yeah, I'm getting tired already, and it's not even been an hour. Oh no, it has been an hour. We started streaming at like the 12:30, 11:13. All right. Whew. Now on to the technology news. And before we start that, I think it's time for a quick water break. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I need to get those be right back screens. Alright, jeez, I'm tired. But anyway, the show must still continue, so, yeah. Alright, so where were we? So yeah, technology news. So on to our first topic in the technology news. TikTok refused to host a disguised account for the Chinese government. So I'm guessing the Chinese government wanted to how do I say this? The Chinese government wanted a TikTok account where they could be disguised as something else in order to like find criminals or people breaking the law or talking shit about the government. Really stupid decision to approach TikTok rather than creating some secret account and just operating under that. Really stupid in my opinion. But anyway, article by The Guardian, and yeah, let's just jump right into this. So yeah, TikTok refused to host disguised account for the Chinese government. TikTok said it has refused an attempt by the Chinese government to open a disguised account on the platform for the purpose of spreading propaganda. The Chinese-owned social video app said that the attempt was refused because the account would have violated its guidelines. The guidelines of God damn it, I forgot. The guidelines of I think spreading political propaganda on the app. I think that one, or maybe it is the purpose of like disguising, like you're not supposed like impersonation. That's what it meant. Bloomberg reported in April 2020 that the message was sent to Elizabeth Kander, TikTok's head of government relations for the United Kingdom, Ireland, and the Netherlands and Israel. Raising a Chinese government entity that is interested in joining TikTok but would not want to be openly seen as a government account, as the main purpose is for promoting content that showcases the best side of China. Some sort of propaganda. Obviously, it is some sort of propaganda. I don't think it is just used for spreading some propaganda bullshit, but I think it is for catching people who might be talking negatively of the government on the platform. So yeah, the request was deemed sensitive internally and opposed by senior figures at the company, according to Bloomberg. The TikTok spokesperson said that the request was made by a TikTok employee on behalf of a friend. Bloomberg reported the government entity control was responsible for public relations. TikTok has over 1 billion users worldwide and is owned by the Chinese tech firm ByteDance. TikTok's community guidelines state that users cannot engage in coordinated, inauthentic behavior, which is impersonation, inauthenticity. You cannot be or act someone else, even purposefully, where accounts exert influence and sway public opinion while misleading individuals, our community, or our systems about the account's identity, location, relationships, popularity, or purpose. It is also announced that it was working on a policy for labeling content from state-owned media accounts. BuzzFeed reported last month that the China-based employees of ByteDance were repeatedly able to access American users of non-public data, prompting renewed debate about the security of user data on that platform. Yeah, the debate of security of user data on that platform, I don't really trust TikTok with any of my data. That's why I have literally nothing saved. I mean, first of all, I'm using it with a VPN, which hides my location. But not only that, I have tried to disable as much of the ads and like tracking as possible because I really don't trust ByteDance. I mean, what do you expect? It's TikTok. I mean, not just ByteDance, but since it's a Chinese firm, it is, required to comply with Chinese law, and they'll twist the laws into their own favor where they can have access to our data. I mean, I don't know what they will do with a Indian kid like me, but I don't know. I really don't trust them, and I don't think anybody should trust it. Not just we all go in under the case of, we have nothing to hide, therefore we have nothing to be afraid of. I'm really under that. I really don't watch anything on TikTok other than like some like crappy clips of my favorite streamers. But yeah, responding to concern responding to concerns made by U.S. senators of the BuzzFeed story, Xiao Zizhu, TikTok's chief executive, announced that China-based employees can have access to TikTok user data. However, the access was subject to robust cybersecurity controls and authorization and approval protocols overseen by our U.S.-based security team. This week, senior Conservative Party politicians under the Chinese sanctions wrote to the speakers of the House of Commons and the House of Lords, demanding Parliament took down this newly launched TikTok account. Signatories to the letter, according to Politico, included Tom Tugendhat, chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, and Ian Duncan Smith, the former Conservative leader. They have been banned from entering China or Hong Kong after consistently criticizing China's treatment of its Uyghur population. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. I mean, obviously it's gonna not just gonna be used for spreading propaganda. It's gonna be used. I mean, obviously the government does use TikTok to find people, talking politically negative about the CCP, but I think this is just another way. I think main point is to spread, propaganda of, hey, why you should vote for us and all of that. And I don't think that really should be on a platform where it's mostly of teens. And even Chinese TikTok, which is like different than, other TikTok, I really don't think it should be a part of that either. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on this entire thing. Article by The Guardian, and it'll be in the description down below. And whew, that was a quick one. And how many more do we have? I need to keep track of this. I need to like name them. I mean, like label them in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We covered 4 topics since the last time I took a break, and it's 12:26. We have 1.5 hours to cover these topics, but anyway, they're pretty short. So on to our second technology topic, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4. Geez, my words. Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Z Fold 4 have been leaked in I'm pretty sure like design leaks. I think these are. I don't think they're actual leaks. But anyway, we're just gonna take a quick look at them, and they look exactly the same. I mean, I'm guessing this display that is here might be like a little bit bigger, because this display has to be some form of use. I mean, was it really useful? And like, I think like this is like a copy of the Motorola Razr. I mean, not necessarily a copy, but an inspiration, you could say. So yeah, Samsung vowed to make foldable phones mainstream from last year. Good luck. And so far, more and more people have been embracing the form factor. Yeah, actually, the EC sales have been going up recently, but I don't think it'll become mainstream. Like, most people, I don't really think look at that phone and go, oh, that's cool, I want to drive that, I want to daily drive that. Obviously, there are more to things to phone than specs and performance and design and cool factor and all of that. I think, what matters at the end of the day is battery, and like durability, because you know you might accidentally drop your phone, and for it to break because it had easier because it has a a flexible OLED display, is not really a risk someone I think would want to take long term. I mean, I always have a case on my phone, so I don't really need to worry, but it varies, and I don't think it'll become mainstream. That's a bit of a stretch. I think they're just like, like cool devices. Hey, my phone can flex, you can. So yeah, anyway, in fact, the tech giant previously said that more people switch brands for the Galaxy Flip 3 than for its flagship devices. Maybe the Galaxy Flip, I'm like underestimating the hype for the Galaxy Flip 3 because I haven't seen many people, talk about having this. Like most people are just talking about having the S21 Ultra, which is what I've seen. I mean the S22 Ultra. So yeah, the company is set to unveil its next foldable phone in just a few days. But those who want to know what can expect can take a look at the upcoming phone. So what seems to be be marketing photos leaked by Evan Blass. He posted images of the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4 in different colors and posted it in different angles on 91 mobiles. Based on the renders, there will be 4 colors: purple, blue, black, and gold. Meanwhile, the Z4 will have black, dark gray, and what seems to be beige. Oh wait, it's not given here. On the surface, they look pretty much identical to the current generation of foldables. Yeah, this really does look to yeah, that looks identical. Whereas, oh, you can't tell from this angle, but you would see like, the recession where the where the volume buttons are. They are not there. Anyway, uh, where were we? As we were here. We were likely to find out the subtle differences between them after Samsung officially launches the devices. As the words notes, the images don't exactly show whether the Fold has its processors under display selfie camera, whether it'll have a slot for the S Pen. No, no way, it'll have a slot for the S Pen. No, no, yeah, I don't think it'll have an S Pen. No, no, I don't think it'll have. I mean, it'll be a marveling genius for like to make a foldable pen go inside a foldable phone. I mean, it's Samsung. Who knows what they're up to? But anyway, we won't know for sure until Samsung launches the devices. The good news is that we don't have long to wait. Its next Unpacked event is scheduled to take place on August 10th. For now, you can check out the folds and folds leak renders below. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They look similar. They look a lot similar. Yeah, same, like those two holes there, the speaker there, and the USB-C port there, yeah. The Z Fold 4 also looks the same. It had the exact same camera bump, and like the front display. Does it show? It doesn't show with the in-display fingerprint. Not in-display fingerprint. In-display camera, which was a feature on the Z Fold 3. If you guys forgot. So yeah, there's that. Nice leaks. I don't really think these are the official leaks because it literally looks like the same thing. So, yeah, alright, on to our next topic of the day, which is it's also another phone that got launched, which is the Asus Zenfone 9. So Asus, like, once again, the Zenfone lineup is somewhat flying under the radar now. I mean, the Zenfone 6 was pretty popular. The Zenfone 7 made literal headlines. The Zenfone 8, no one really seemed to care about, and now the Zenfone 9. I mean, obviously, if the show did exist in 2012, 2020, I think it was. No, 2021. Then I would have definitely covered the launch of the Zenfone 8. But anyway, the phone launched. Here is a review of it once again by Engadget. Oh yeah, last one was also by Engadget. Both of these links will be in the description down below. So, Alright, I dropped my phone. I couldn't pick it up. So yeah, with the launch of the latest smartphone today, Asus finally bids farewell to its quirky flip camera feature, but it still believes that there's a market for compact flagships. So yeah, Asus Zenphones had some stupid gimmick where the whole camera array could be flipped up as a selfie camera. I really don't know why you would do that, but it's really cool. I mean, lots of phones did it. Lots of phones had the pop-out selfie camera, and a lot of phones still have it today. But now people are just resorting to hole punches like Samsung and OnePlus and Xiaomi. So yeah, the new Zenfone Lite comes in one size, which has kept the same 5.9-inch screen and 169-gram weight as its predecessor, but packing a bigger processor, main camera, battery, and thermal material. The biggest upgrades are processor and camera. The Zenfone 9 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is a notable jump from the Zenfone 8's Snapdragon 888. As for the camera, this time Asus opted for a much larger 50-megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor, which offers a pixel size of 1 micrometer instead of just 0.8 micrometers on the older IMX686. And of course, they have copied Huawei with these two double things. Why? I don't know. The icing on the cake is that the new 6-axis hybrid gimbal stabilizer. What a wonderful way to say OIS. But anyway, this camera stuff. It can record up to 8K resolution. It comes with a 4300 milliamp hour battery. I mean, it's a pretty small phone. It comes with a 30-watt charger, and it swapped out the metallic back with a new plastic material, not only to reduce weight, but to add a high grip anti-fingerprint coating. It comes in 4 colors: midnight black, starry blue, sunset red, and moonlight white. And yeah, unlike its recent other phones, Asus ditched the usual in-display fingerprint reader in favor of a capacitive sensor on the power button, which I absolutely love, by the way. And can we just, say that I don't really like in-display fingerprint sensors. I really like it to be on a button and on the power button on the side. And yeah, the smart key Dub Z Touch. The smart key allows for the instant toggling of any assigned app with a double click. Oh, press the power button to open an app. Okay. As this unlocks your phone at the same time, by default you can also slide down this button to pull down the notification tray for a quick peek. So it's capacitive, so you can drop it down for you can just drag your finger down across it and it'll open the notification tray, which is pretty cool. Alternatively, you can set this to refresh web pages, jump to home or end of pages, or skip songs in music players. I don't know how you would use that in a pocket, but whatever. This is all part of Asus' grand plan to optimize the one-handed operation on its latest phone, which is like literally why the small version of the phone exists. That's why the screen is only 5.9 inches when screens are going as big as 6.7 inches nowadays. Jeez. Anyway, appearance and software changes aside, Asus Zen UI 9 based on Android 12, it's the same thing. It's got the same ultra-wide camera and selfie camera. They're both 12 megapixels. It's got the same 2400 by 1080 128 AMOLED screen. Most speakers are tuned by Audio Specialist Dirac, and it's still got a headphone jack, and it has IP68 water resistance. And to make the most use of the speed-sharp camera stabilization, Asus will offer you a smart backpack mount, which lets you skip the Zenfone 9 will let you clip the Zenfone 9 onto your backpack shoulder strap. With the main camera facing forward, you can wear the phone as an action cam or a GoPro. Okay, I don't really know about how secure it is, but yeah. Another accessory option for Asus is a convex modular case system. Rather than using magnets like Apple's MagSafe design, this protection case has multiple built-in holes that let you snap either a kickstand or a silicone card holder into the back of your Zenfone 9. You can also assign an app YouTube by default to auto launch whenever the kickstand is flipped down. Interesting. Alright. It'll be available in the US starting at $700 for the 8GB RAM and 128GB of storage. Actual availability will be announced at a later date. As to whether the flip camera will ever make a comeback, Asus said it will revisit the data only if the tech makes it feasible. Alright, that's it. That's the review of the Zenfone 9. How do I like it? I mean, it's pretty small. I would go for like the Ultra or the Pro Max if I was looking to upgrade, but alright. Okay, well, there's that. Once again, article by Engadget. It'll be in the description down below. And moving on to our next topic, it is 12:40 in the morning. This show is gonna go on till 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, our next topic, Amazon Drive is shutting down in the end of 2023. So Amazon Drive, which is basically a competitor to Google Drive, iCloud and OneDrive by Microsoft, is shutting down at the end of 2023. So you have like a year and 3 months probably to get all of your data off of Amazon Drive if you have anything stored on it. So yeah. The article is by The Verge. Again, a lot of articles by The Verge today. I don't know what's happening. Alright, Amazon Drive is shutting down at the end of 2023. Amazon Photos will live on for storing your images and videos though, so you don't have to worry. But bad news for the presumably few. Nice shade. Right, but people out there who have relied on Amazon Drive for storing their important files on the files in the cloud, Amazon is shutting down the service. On the plus side, you have got well over a year to figure out an alternative and get everything moved over. I really recommend Google Drive. I mean, it works, and the best part is I can access it literally anywhere. I can access it through File Explorer on my Windows 10 computer. I can access it on Android. I can access it using a web browser. Just type in drive.google.com. Pretty cool, not gonna lie. So yeah, we will continue to provide customers the ability to safely backup, share, and organize photos and videos with Amazon Photos, Amazon said in an email to customers. But for all files that aren't images or videos, you have to download them on its FAQ page. Amazon recommends using the Amazon Photos desktop app for Windows or Mac OS if you're trying to retrieve larger files. You can also go here to transfer your Drive subscription. So Amazon does have, like how Google Drive integrates itself into File Explorer. They do have maybe it's not available in my country, but whatever. They do have the Amazon Photos desktop app that you can download for Windows and for Mac OS if you're trying to retrieve larger files. As for why Amazon is making the decision to cancel Sunset Drive, after 11 years of running it, the company says we are taking the opportunity to fully focus our efforts on Amazon Photos and to provide customers a dedicated solution for photos and video storage. Perhaps that meant Amazon has big ideas in mind for taking on Google Photos and Apple's iCloud photo library, but the Drive news will definitely be a disappointment to those who grew accustomed to housing their files on Amazon's dependable servers. So yeah, I don't really have anything to say. I mean, it's kind of I didn't know Amazon Drive existed for 11 years, but yeah. there's that. Article by the words will be down in the description down below. And our next topic is a little bit of a weird one. So, Instagram is dialing back their changes after Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashians, who are one of the one of the top most followed accounts on Instagram, and pretty big celebrities, have slammed it for becoming like TikTok. With the introduction of Reels, and they really trying to push the real narrative, like, hey, use Reel. I've never really used Reels. I mean, I use Instagram every day. I've been on that platform for like 6-7 years. Not once have I used Reels. I mean, it's just me probably, but yeah, it's really becoming a lot like TikTok. But it's kind of depressing, honestly. But anyway, article by CNBC. It'll be in the description down below. So yeah, celebrity sisters Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian complained about the test version earlier that week. Instagram will still push algorithmically recommended videos and is trying to improve the technology. Meta recently reported second quarter earnings had missed on both the top and the bottom. Meta is ending a test version of its Instagram app that had earned the ire of many people, including celebrity sisters Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian. Instagram chief Adam Mosseri told the platform a newsletter on Thursday that it will roll back its recently released version of Instagram that will predominantly feature algorithmically recommended videos to users on its home screen. Numerous Instagram users, including the Kardashian sisters, where the fuck did it go? Including the Kardashian sisters, complained about the test version of Instagram, voicing frustration that the app was overtly copying rival TikTok while distancing itself from its photo sharing roots. Yeah, it's trying to really become a video sharing platform, and it's really just like moments and photos what it's usually shared on the platform. So yeah, Mosseri then released a short video on Tuesday responding to critiques where he said that photos will continue playing a very important role for Instagram but will change user habits favor video. In other words, Instagram will continue pushing into video because people are increasingly sharing and liking videos on the app, he explained. Well, yeah, people do like Instagram videos and like TikTok videos. That's really the biggest reason to TikTok success is because of videos. But anyway, the backlash against the test version of the video focused Instagram led to Mosseri and his team temporarily revising course. I'm glad we took a risk. If you're not failing every once in a while, we're not thinking big enough or bold enough, Mosseri told Platformer, but we definitely need to take a big step back and regroup. So yeah, other meta stuff you can read it. I'm really not interested in that. But yeah, pretty kind of surprising that they're going back on this. Usually they don't really go rollback updates, especially to a big app like Instagram. But yeah, there's that. And oh my god, how many more topics? I'm getting very tired. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 7 more topics. And it is 12:46. Alright. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of stretching. Let's move back. Let's move back down to our next topic of the show. It's becoming really hard to commentate again. Once again, I'm getting that fatigue, that serious inability to just talk, because I'm talking continuously for about an hour and 30 minutes. We still have 2 hours, 1.5 hours of the show to go on. Okay, let's just get through this. All right, our last topic about technology. Intel earnings are slammed on Wall Street. Such a disconnect between companies' optimism. I can't read. Me and words are not on to a good start. But anyway, Intel Analysts say that company's recent earnings missed and downbeat guidance may not be on the end of the chip maker's pain. So yeah, this article is by Market Watch and it'll be in the description down below. Intel drew sharp criticism. Why is this not zoomed in? Oh wait, no, not 400%. Wait, no, not that much. Okay. Where were we? Intel drew sharp criticism from analysts after the company reported oh my fucking god. This is why you use this. Okay. I fucking hate, intrusive pop-ups. Literally the worst. Anyway, where were we? After the company reported results that were disappointing on many fronts, indicating a storm of macroeconomic, competitive, and execution challenges. Intel fell far short of expectations on revenue, profit, and gross margins in its late Thursday report, and executives issued a forecast for the current quarter that came in below the consensus view by a significant margin. The market turbulence and the updated outlook are disappointing. Intel INTC Chief Financial Officer David Zinsser said on the call. However, we believe our turnaround is clearly taking shape, and they expect Q2 and Q3 to be the financial bottom for the company. Shares are off nearly 9% in midday trading Friday. The traders had plenty of fodder for Intel bears while spooking even in some more upbeat analysis. While some investors could potentially see a kitchen sink in the results, it seems more likely that things are circling the drain. Bernstein analyst Stacy Raxton wrote while reiterating an underperformed rating on Intel stock. Of course, we do. Who said a lookout for Q4 snapback that could prove dangerous should the macro continue to worsen. While the company did bring their PC market expectations down this year to negative 10%, and the state of PCs into 2023 and 2024 remains nebulous. So yeah, this article does go on and on. Actually, yeah, it does, and it's pretty long, and you can read it. I'll have it in the description down below, and yeah, we'll just move on because it's pretty long, and I really don't feel like covering that. So yeah, onto the gaming section of this news, and this is a big topic. This was trending, and now that I think about it, I just realized I forgot to cover the Roblox oof thing, because that is bigger. I'm thinking of VRChat because I tweeted about a lot of stuff that day, and one of the big tweets, like big things that I did, was about Roblox changing their death sound to something else because they don't have, they don't have rights to they no longer have rights to use the original oof sound, which was kind of surprising that they didn't buy the sound from the original maker. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to cover this. So anyway, I'll actually just add this to my list so that I'll not forget to add it like later. But anyway, so why are there ads? Okay, anyway, so we'll quickly come back to the VRChat thing, and first we'll focus on this because this, I think, is the biggest news story that we have to cover today. I'm pretty late on this. This happened, a couple of days ago. But anyway, if you've ever been around Roblox for any extended amount of time, you'll all be familiar with one of the game's platform. one of the platform's most well-known or annoying quirks that every time a player dies, there used to be a childish oof sound that was played. Earlier today, tucked away of the end of a series of announcements, and it's about changes made to Roblox Asset Store, was a statement from the company saying that the famous sound had now had to be removed from the Roblox entirely and has to be replaced with a new default. I skipped something. So yeah, Roblox did tweet like some thread about Roblox about assets and everything, and they tweeted related to sounds due to a licensing issue. We have removed the oof sound from Roblox and have created a replacement default sound which launches today. We plan to expand our avatar shop with a whole range of both old and new sounds in the future. More to come on this. If issues over the sound effects sound similar, that's because this isn't the first time that Roblox has run into problems with its use. The oof sound wasn't made by anyone at Roblox, it was in fact made by Tommy Tallarico, formerly a video game composer and most recently CEO of the doomed Intellivision. As we expected in 2020, when Tallarico first discovered Roblox's use of the effect, originally made for the FPS Messiah released in 2000, he came to an agreement with Roblox where anyone building a Roblox game experience would have to pay $1 or 100 Robux to be able to use the sound in their creation. Tallarico also agreed to develop other paid sounds for Roblox. Clearly, something has happened to this agreement. Either it has expired or there has been a disagreement. We have contacted Roblox for more information, but whatever was the reason for the sound's removal, it's a sad day for the wrong time Roblox fans who bid farewell to a sound so synonymous with the game you can hear it on playgrounds around the world. So yeah, pretty surprising news. Like it was trending on Twitter. Like Save the Oof was trending. All of that pretty interesting, surprising crap. I never expected this to happen. Like I never thought that the oof sound would be subject to copyright licensing issues and will actually be removed entirely from the game. That is insane. All right. Okay, well, there's that. Now moving on to the next article. What we had is oh no, oh god. 1 second, chat. I'll be right back. I closed the stupid thing. Wait, no, don't end the stream. Alright, I'm back. I had to do some hacker man things, like signing to a different user profiles, so I don't leak any of any stupid stuff. So what I was talking about was, yeah, VRChat banned all user-made mods with the introduction and of an easy anti-cheat system, and the communities are, oh, they're not happy. This shit was trending on Twitter and people were mad. So yeah, let's just get into this. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. VRChat just banned all mods. So yeah, the world's most popular social VR game is in turmoil. VRChat banned all user-made mods with just one day's notice, leaving many players feeling very angry and betrayed. So yeah, article by Kotaku will be in the description down below. VRChat has had a hell of a week. On Monday, they announced its next update would implement Epic Games' easy anti-cheat technology, prompting immediate outrage from a large portion of its player base. That update landed on Tuesday, and ever since, VRChat struggled to respond onto growing fallout amongst its most dedicated players, some whom are canceling their premium subscriptions and threatening to leave for other games. VRChat, for those who haven't had the privilege of jumping into what might be the best argument are in for virtual reality as a medium, is a game where anything can happen. The purpose is to meet other people because the game allows you to upload custom content. Being social within VRChat is like a fever dream. You might pop into a rave where Mickey Mouse and SpongeBob SquarePants are grinding, or perhaps dropping into a painstakingly recreated Taco Bell that is serviced by Superman and a furry is more your bag. If it's more your bag. Lauded the already existing metaverse that everyone is racing to build, VRChat is one of the few cutting edge products that still embodies the messy freeness of the old internet back when it wasn't dominated by the same handful of companies. And now one of the core aspects that what made VRChat so great in first place is in trouble. On Monday, VRChat announced that the update 22.2.2, which officially dubbed the security update, would institute something called Easy Anti-Cheat to crack down on modified clients, an expansive term which comprises both malicious hackers running modified VRChat software and everyday players using any of wide variety of generally benign community-made modifications meant to improve the user experience. Which is true. There are mods out there that really improve the experience of VRChat. VRChat claimed anti-cheat would make the game a better and safer place to hang out while squeezing out hackers. Unfortunately, banning all client modifications will also largely destroy the game's thriving underground mod scene and can even prevent some people from being able to play. VRChat has always had a contentious relationship with mods, which are officially against its terms of service. Last year, it went as far as banning the accounts of a number of high-profile mod developers for a while, but many players continue to use mods for a wide array of reasons. This led to an unspoken culture of don't ask, don't tell. Mod users could generally avoid bans unless they flaunted their upgrades or otherwise caught moderators' attentions. What's more, oftentimes unofficial mods have been the only means by which to access certain features, ranging from support or for exotic hardware like advanced trackers and networked demonetizable toys to addressing accessibility concerns like closed captioning and text-to-speech. Also popular were mods that try to protect against malicious crasher avatars, mods that help to increase frame rates in the notoriously sluggish Unity-based game, which is actually true. The frame rate is actually terrible. And mods that allow avatar searching, a basic seeming feature that VRChat still lacks. So yeah, there is that. But there was tons of backlash because this is just like cracking down. Obviously, what they're trying to do is try, make the community a safer and better place. But they're sacrificing, a huge part of player base because that player base uses mods, not just hacker man and clients or something. I'm just talking about mods that will improve frame rate or maybe improve stability or maybe improve upon any kind of glitches or maybe add a feature. And just banning all types of mods is, I think, unjustifiable. So yeah, there's that article by Kotaku. It'll be in the description down below. Also, onto another topic. the PUBG Mobile clone BGMI, or Battlegrounds Mobile India, got banned. So yeah, the ever since PUBG got banned in like 2020, no, not 2020. Okay, maybe it is 2020. Ever since it got banned in like 2020, there have been tons of clones that have been trying to replace it, and one of those was BGMI, which was actually pretty successful. It was made by a company called Crafton, but now it is banned in India. So yeah, this article is by the Times of India. It'll be in the description down below if you choose to care. And of course, it has a horrible, horrible, horrible layout. What the fuck? Wait, is it supposed to be in like full screen? Okay, maybe, why do they have sidebars? It's so retarded. Anyway, see, it'll look like that. In a blow to the fans, in a blow to the fans of the most popular battle royale game, Battlegrounds Mobile India (BGMI), the app has been removed from the Apple and Google Play stores in India. Ban on BGMI comes after a government order. A Google spokesperson confirmed to TOI Tech Gadgets now that the app has been removed after orders of the government authorities. On receipt of the order, following the established processes, we have notified the affected developer and have blocked access to the app that remained available on the Play Store in India, said a statement from Google. Though Apple refused to comment, the BGMI game has been removed from the company's Indian App Store as well. Krafton, on its part, has said that it's clarifying the ban with the government. We are clarifying how BGMI was removed from the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and we'll let you know once we get specific information, said Krafton in a statement. However, it seems that BGMI publisher may have seen the ban coming. Less than a fortnight ago, Krafton releases an update that allows users to download the APK version of the app from its website. Not only is Battlegrounds Mobile India available on the Google App Store and the Play Store, but players can also download the game from the BGMI website itself. With the latest update, users can click the APK download button, which is an executable format of a file that you can execute on Android and download apps. On the website, said BGMI's developer Krafton in the release. So yeah, APK stands for Android package, and you can directly download and run this and install an app. Now, this is not recommended because these apps are not screened or verified by Google. So you could theoretically download malware and just fuck your entire phone. But yeah, what did they say? The size download is 860. Yeah, most stuff related to APK and all of that. Alright, so pretty interesting. But anyway, on to our last gaming story, and then we have entertainment, and that's it. It is 1:06. I think I'm gonna end the show early, around 1:30, because I am very, very tired. Oh my god, we're approaching the 2 hour mark in around 7 minutes. So yeah, around 1:13. Come on, we got this. We don't got this. Okay. Anyway, on to our final gaming related topic. GTA 6 is not the first GTA game to feature a female protagonist. So GTA 6 is there have been leaks and rumors about GTA 6 having the first ever female protagonist, but actually this is wrong. In a 1997 release of, I don't know why it took so long for me to register that. This article will explain it later. But anyway, this article is by Push Square. It'll be down in the description. And I don't think I said it before. No, I did. You're all wrong. GTA 6 won't have the franchise's first female protagonist. Earlier this week, we got our first insight into the development of GTA 6. The game due in a couple of years. For God's sake, seriously? GTA 5 has been around since 2015. It's been like 7 years. Anyway, thanks to a more tolerable working culture at developer Rockstar, will apparently plot a Bonnie and Clyde style story in modern Miami, marketing the franchise's first female protagonist. Except it's not. We're not talking about GTA's online customizable style and protagonist here either. In fact, all the way back in 1997, the original GTA had 4 female protagonists. However, they were absent from the PS1 version of the game, which is probably the most played of all of them. The characters Divine, Katie, Mickey, and Ulrika all featured in the original PC release as well as the Game Boy Color port. Further two playable characters, Gretchen and Candy, were also the later star in the ABC adaptation of GTA 2. So yeah, it is not the first time. And people are acting like, oh my god, female protagonist first time. I mean, it's the first time in recent years that I think it's included. I think it's a little bit misworded. So yeah, of course these original GTA games are dramatically different to the more modern releases, and the characters you have selected have basically zero bearing on the plot and gameplay. So while it is technically true that the series had female protagonists before, we were expecting a lot more depth from the latest game's lead. Still, the story could have held space to the nonsense insinuations that Rockstar has become suddenly woke. Turns out it's been all along, but just a little bit lacking. Anyway, there's my thoughts on this entire thing. Literally nothing. It's just me updating you news. Yeah, GTA 1 came out in 1997. That just shows how far we've come. If I just Google it, GTA 1, and just look at the well, I don't even know if you can say that is gameplay. That is 2D. What about GTA 2? I think GTA 2 is also 2D. Yeah, it's just like that Mafia game, whatever. Anyway, on to our entertainment news, where we have three topics that I want to talk about. And oh my god, did I fucking close it again? Are you kidding me? One second. One second. Open, you fucking idiots. Oh wait, no, not that one. That one. Okay. Alright. So our first news, which is I think is the second biggest topic of today, Mr. Beast. Yes, he hit 100 million subscribers on YouTube live on stream with over 1 million people watching. Now, before we get into this, just want to say congratulations, Mr. Beast. I literally watched this dude grow from some random YouTuber who like donates money to Twitch streamers. I remember watching him in 2017. Oh, he just donates money to Twitch streamers and calls people's names for like 24 hours, or does weird challenges. And then watching him grow gradually grow into a restaurant, plus media, plus food, plus philanthropy, plus merch, multi-million dollar corporation is honestly amazing. Like this dude, I just saw that Mr. Who's the Boss studio tour that Mr. B he did with Mr. Beast, and that place is huge, and it still blows my mind that that space is used for making YouTube videos. Like just unbelievable. It's just like honestly mind-boggling that that is a YouTuber who did that. It's not a big film company. It's a YouTuber. And that YouTuber has now 100 million subscribers. Yeah, Mr. Beast crosses 100 million subscriber on YouTube, becomes the 5th channel to achieve this milestone, and the second like YouTuber, like technically T-Series, Cocomelon, and that Sony channel. They're not really a YouTuber. They're a YouTube channel. But however, PewDiePie and Mr. Beast are YouTubers. So yeah, live on stream, unbelievable. Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson has etched his name into the YouTube history books once again, as he became the second mainstream YouTuber to ever hit 100 million subscribers on his channel. The 24-year-old internet star celebrated his major milestone with his humongous fan base on a YouTube livestream, where he counted down the final few subscribers before hitting the elusive mark. MrBeast became the second mainstream YouTuber after PewDiePie to have a 100 million subscriber channel. Other than that, MrBeast is only the fifth YouTube channel to ever cross that mark as well. After celebrating his success, success in his YouTube livestream, Jimmy took to Twitter to thank his community for the support he has received over the years. Moreover, he has vowed to create even better content in the coming years, which suggests that his rise to the top won't stop anytime soon. Over 1 million people just celebrated 100 million subscribers with me. YouTube is the one thing that I've always made me happy, and I'm grateful I get to do this all day, every day. Also, I just want to say that no matter how big I get, I'll never own a mansion, yacht, Lamborghini, etc. All I want to do is to make the best videos possible and help as many people as I can while doing it. So wholesome, man. So wholesome. So yeah, this tweet, it'll be linked in the description. You can go in and send your thoughts over to him. So yeah, for creators unaware about Jimmy Donaldson, the North Carolina native is currently YouTube's biggest content creator, which has been around the top of the game for quite a while now. The YouTuber has been part of the industry for over a decade, and over the years he has made tremendous content that scales from crazy to outright bonkers. Donaldson initially broke into the scene with a viral video where he counted himself to 100,000. But ever since, the video production scale on that MrBeast channel has increased a lot, and in 2022, he has created several iconic pieces of content, which includes his recreation of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. So yeah, it goes on. Actually, no, it doesn't. The MrBeast hype train won't be slowing down anytime soon, and by the looks of it, he seems like Jimmy Donaldson has no plans to compromise with his vision of creating even better videos on his channel. And that's the end. And yeah, unbelievable how far this dude has come. Just watch him like grow. Like, 2018, he went to the LA and started collaborating with a bunch of other YouTubers. He made that last to leave circle video, he made that Ferris wheel video, and then in 2019 he did some more videos. 2020 he did the YouTube trivia. 2021 he did the Squid Game, and then 2022 he did the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, and I forgot what his latest video is. The 100 boys versus 100 girls thing. Unbelievable. This dude is a legend, and I wish nothing but the best for him. So yeah, once again, article by IGN, it'll be in the description down below. And yep, it is officially been 2 hours. I'm not gonna go for another hour. In fact, I'm really considering just ending it, but we have two big topics, like big topics. Okay. Alright, enough stretching. On to our next topic, which is also a really big topic. Speaking of the second biggest YouTuber, the now biggest YouTuber, not YouTube channel, YouTuber PewDiePie is facing backlash for mocking a deaf TikToker. So PewDiePie uploaded a video where him and his dog Maya are reacting to something, and they react to this woman who is deaf, and PewDiePie for some reason starts imitating him. Like, I don't even know what happened. I've been so out of touch on this drama, but it was trending on Twitter. So yeah, PewDiePie trends on Twitter after mocking deaf content creator. The dust has largely settled along what the fuck? Why is it so... Oh my god, I literally hate everything. Alright, so what this is, the dust has largely settled around popular YouTuber Felix Shelburne, also known as PewDiePie, who used to attract a constant stream of scandals. On Wednesday, he showed that he still got it and began trending on Twitter. Oh, shut up. Shut up. After he mocked and started trending on Twitter after he mocked content creator Scarlett May, a deaf woman. I literally hate everything. Can you not get rid of it? Oh my god. Alright. Anyway, in his most recent YouTube video, Shalbug stares in Colorado May, who is telling an anecdote with using sign language. Shalbug shuts off the video prematurely and then seemingly mocks her voice, moving his dog's paws and around to mimic her signing and makes fun of her long nails. So yeah, not some guy tweeted not PewDiePie making fun of a deaf woman, and this video got 65,000 likes. Jeez. Even for a cringe reaction video, it's pretty low cringe. Cringe culture is notorious for being toxic, and yeah, blah 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 blah. As the backlash continued, he quietly edited out. He didn't quietly. He made a response. What do you mean he did it quietly? What the hell? Okay, maybe I'm missing something there. Okay, as the back. Okay, yeah, he's not. It's not mentioned here, but he did make a pinned comment where he did mention that. So yeah, as per tradition, his fans claim that he's just making fun of May's nails and that he didn't know she was deaf. Well, okay, whatever. May eventually responded to the controversy via TikTok and was very frank and mature of the whole thing. May explained, "I wasn't surprised. I'm used to it, but a big creator comes on and puts us a million steps back, so it's very frustrating because I have to sign to communicate and have long nails." He stopped the video after 2 seconds and didn't even listen to the story, and after that proceeded to make fun of me with his dog. May also called out PewDiePie's decision to quietly edit her clip out, citing that you don't get to just mock deaf people who have been struggling for years with people like you and then go about your day. He did clear it out. Okay, several hours later, Felix decided to acknowledge the situation, responding in the comments section of the offending video, in which he wrote, "Hey, just to clear a few things up, I edited out the clip with the girl that has the long nails. Had no clue she was deaf, but kind of dumb of me to not realize. Still watching through the clip, I only poked of her long nails. The voice I did it for my dog is the same voice I've given her for years." Okay. What he's like that mocking what he yesterday. He's trying to imitate his dog. Okay, I understood. Edit and making my dog's paws move, or joking at people, always dancing or doing some move on TikTok, which is an ongoing theme in my video. Anyways, honest mistake, my bad. Alright, now this stuff is just blown out of proportion, but I just want to just get this fact straight. I don't believe that this was intentional at all. I don't think. Why would PewDiePie even do this? It's just damage. It's just damage his to career for no reason. But I feel like like this is a problem of reaction content. If you don't do anything, it's a problem. But if you do it, you might take things too far. But anyway, I don't know what to say. I'm not really on either sides. I mean, whatever, you believe whatever you want. But anyway, there's that. And on to our final topic of today's live stream. We're going to be ending the live stream a little bit earlier today because I am very, very fucking tired. I'm just telling you, I'm very tired. Will Smith, ladies and gentlemen, you know the man who slapped Chris Rock, finally apologized for slapping him at the Oscars. So, it's been like 5 months, which in YouTube time is like 60 years or something, at least. So yeah, article is by The Guardian, and yeah, Will Smith posts an emotional apology for the slap. "I am deeply remorseful. This dude slapped some random, zebra from some random movie, and was sorry for doing it." So yeah, Will Smith posted an emotional video to his social channels expressing remorse over the Oscar slap. The 53-year-old actor caused controversy at this year's ceremony after this year's Oscars after he slapped Chris Rock on stage after telling a joke about his wife. And yeah, this almost 6-minute video uploaded on his YouTube channel and Instagram page shows Smith answering questions which have circulated since, stating why he didn't apologize to Rock in his acceptance speech. It's all fuzzy, Smith said. I have reached out to Chris and and the message that I came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. He then takes the opportunity to apologize to Rock's mother. One of the things about that moment, I just didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment, he said. He then said that the damage to his friendship with Rock's brother Tony is probably irreparable. Is it IRE? Reparable. Okay. I thought it was repairable. Anyway, he goes on to say that he has spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And while he said he won't unpack all of that right now, he says there is no part in time that thinks that it's the right way to behave. Please tell me there is captions. Captions are not. Wait, captions are available. Okay. It's been a minute. Over the last few months, I have been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Okay, we're just discussing this. Also, Smith just said the record straight whether Jada had any involvement in suggesting he should do something. It's like, I made a choice on my own for my own experience, for my history with Chris. He said Jada had nothing to do with it. He then apologized to her and his family for the heat that they brought him all. It really breaks my heart to have stolen and have tarnished your moment. He then says to other nominees and winners that night, I am really sorry, this is insufficient. When asked about what he would do to those he would say to those who had previously looked up to him, but I felt down by his behavior, and he said that disappointing people is his central trauma. I hate it when I let people down. He said, so it hurts me psychologically and emotionally to note that it didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. The work I'm trying to do is that I'm deeply remorseful and that I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. I am human, I have made a mistake, and I'm not trying to think of myself as a piece of shit. The video arrives after Rock also addressed his incident in a live comedy event in New York last week. Anyone who says words hurt has never been punched in the face. He said Rock also stressed that he is not a victim, and he wouldn't go to the hospital for a paper cut. After the slap, Smith resigned from the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science and was given a 10-year ban for unacceptable and harmful behavior. Smith's next film, the slavery thriller Emancipation, has reportedly been receiving enthusiastic test screenings and is seen as a potential awards contender for Apple TV Plus. So yeah, this dude apologized, but way late. He should have apologized that day then, rather than waiting like 6 months, because right now no one cares, and now you're just turning up drama, and you're not gonna really receive a whole entire wave of hate, all for no reason. But anyway, yeah, there's that. He should have apologized earlier. I'm glad he, apologized to everyone, not just Chris, but his family, Will's family, Jada, and all of that. And you can go and watch this video. I'll have it linked in the description if it had captions. Oh, it does, but okay, I'm not going to react to it as I don't want to deal with copyright and all of that. But anyway, that's going to be the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. I am very tired, and man, 2 hours and 40, and I really want to go all the way till 2 o'clock, but I am very tired and I want to go and sleep. It is Saturday, 1:27 in the morning, and yeah, I think I'm gonna wind down. So yeah, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Here are all the topics that we discussed today, if I can select it. Here are all the top. Let me zoom out. What the fuck did I just do? What? Huh? Wait, what? What the fuck? Did my computer just crash? Oh my god, it did. Well, that's a first. Huh. Interesting. Alright. So, what did I do? I'm just so confused. So what I did was, you know what? How if you press the Windows and arrow keys, you can move the windows from like one side to the other. Like, let me just log in here real quick. So what I did was, let me open up Explorer. Actually, no, we'll open up So here's what I did. I took this. Okay, that auto saved. And you know how I did that. And now it's not crashing. What the hell? Maybe it was that. What the hell happened? Okay, I'm just really confused. What? Was it this? Oh. Okay. So it's Notepad. If I try to move it to the other screen, my entire computer just crashes. I'm scared to stop like live streaming now. I just want to see. What? I don't understand what's going on. I don't want to stop the stream just in case something weird happens. I don't want to do this too many times because it might go into startup repair and then have to deal with a bunch of stupid shit. Let's try with a different window. Maybe it's just Notepad++. I have never had that happen. Never. That's actually never happened. What the fuck? What was the code? The stop code. Okay. We're back. So I'm not gonna open Notepad++. I'm gonna open settings. Actually, no, that shows my email. We're gonna open control panel. And we'll see what that does. So here's, if you press Windows and then right key, it goes to the right side. This goes to the left side. But I have 3 monitors. So if I go to the other one, that didn't do it. So it's correct. But if I move it to the other monitor, it's fine. Maybe it's third party, like, it's third party garbage, maybe. Let me open Sublime Text. I don't think I have anything like confidential open on Sublime Text. What is going on? Okay. So we can move Sublime Text. Let me just... So if I press Windows Shift and move it to my other screen, the icons reload. Did you just see that? What the hell is... Now that is fine. Maybe it's going from the left side to the right side. Maybe that's what it is. Now it doesn't wanna. What the hell? Is it just with Notepad? Okay, let's try calculator. Alright. Nope. Nothing. Okay. Let's try Notepad++. So that is fine. That is fine. But if I want to move it to my other monitor, now it's fine. Wait, what the hell? Maybe it's because shit is open. So if I close that and then I don't understand. Maybe it's not supposed to like be in full screen. I don't understand. Okay, well I think it's just like a coincidence or something. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the Aero show. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully catch you next time when... What was that error code actually? I didn't see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I am out. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully. Please. I hope awfully. And bye nerds. Oh wait, that won't stop the stream. Oh, okay. Actually we'll end it like that. We'll just shut it down. Yeah, we'll end it like this. Bye.